Hey friends, we have an amazing build for you today, and this is actually sponsored by our friends over at MSI as part of their Play Fast, Play Cool campaign, and they sent over all of these parts because we're gonna build a monster of a computer. And we're gonna talk about how putting all of these things together creates something that actually hasn't been possible before. So we have so much to go through. We have so much to look at. We have one of the best AMD systems that you can build on the market right now, and it's going all in this MSI Sakura 500G case. This thing is beastly. Then we're gonna be slapping in the MSI X570 Meg Ace. This thing is one of their best motherboards, and we're putting in a Ryzen 7 3800X, the best 8-core CPU you can get from AMD right now. And then on top of that, they've also sent over 32 gigs of Corsair's Dominator Platinum memory, 3200 megahertz, so insanely fast. When the PCI Express 4.0 NVMe drive, the MP600, 1 terabytes of PCI Express 4.0 storage. And then RX 5700 XT, my friends. PCI Express 4.0, 7 nanometer technology, and a custom 5700 XT card. Then we have cooling the CPU, Master Liquid ML240R RGB, and the power supply, the V750 Gold. Everything is going in here. This is gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna be an amazing build. And we're gonna talk a bit more about how combining all of these parts, the PCI Express 4.0 SSD, the 5700 XT, the DDR4 RAM, all on the X570 platform, actually create something that is quite delicious. So let's get into it. So let's take a closer look at the components in this build, shall we? You have the Ryzen 7 3800X with 3.9 gigahertz base clock, 4.5 gigahertz boost. It's pure power with Precision Boost 2, Precision Boost Overdrive, and Stormy technology. Then we have everything that we're putting all these components into, which is the MSI MEG X570 Ace with Lightning Gen PCI Express and M.2 slots, and it has 3 of them right there. Has 2.5 gig gaming LAN and Wi-Fi AX, which is Wi-Fi 6 with support for MU-MIMO and BSS color technology, as well as the Frozr heatsink design on the chipset fan, which is amazing. And in case you don't know, the Frozr design is with their patented fan and double ball bearings, as well as the creme de la creme extended heat pipe design, which gives you a larger dissipation surface. And then you have the MOSFETs and everything on the heatsink, which is connected to the chipset heatsink, which is all dissipated by the fan, as opposed to just having them separate. The heat pipe allows it to disperse it so much better. And then last but not least, you have MSI's Mystic lighting and the Infinity lighting on the I/O shield. It looks gorgeous. All of the LEDs reflect down an infinity mirror. It looks pristine. You sync it up to the rest of your system, including the cooler. Everything works together to create one synchronous color scheme, which I happen to like as rainbow. Then the graphics card, my friends, the MSI Radeon RX 5700 XT Mech OC. You've got the MSI Torx fans, the Mech's direct touch heat pipes, the premium backplate, and a just very compact looking 5700 XT. It's gonna play all the games you need to at high resolution, at high detail settings, no problem. Then cooling the 3800X, we have the Cooler Master Liquid ML240R RGB, dual dissipation, addressable RGB, sleeved FEP tubings, the wired addressable RGB controller, and a 100% in-house design and manufacturing by Cooler Master. And they gave us this gorgeous MSI plate to put on top of the cooler to fit in with the entire build. And then they're also powering the entire system with the Cooler Master V750 Gold, 80 plus gold efficiency, and a silent 135 millimeter fan. Let's take a look at the stuff that Corsair provided, which obviously is the Corsair MP600 M.2 SSD. It's Gen 4 PCI Express with 4,950 megabytes per second read and 4,250 megabytes per second write. It's 50 times the speed of traditional hard drives, and it comes in this 1 terabyte capacity, which is in this build, as well as 2 terabytes. Then they also provided the Dominator Platinum 32 gig kit with RGB, as well as 3200 megahertz speed. You've got the aluminum craftsmanship, the high frequency memory chips, 12 ultra bright Capellix RGB LEDs. These things are the most premium feeling RAM sticks that I've ever touched in my entire life. And then finally, everything is included in the MSI MPG Secura 500G. You can fit eATX motherboards, and it has USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C front panels, as well as connectors for 4 different USB 3.0 ports. It has the extractable radiator bracket design, as well as the golden edge brushed aluminum and steel construction. This thing is a beauty. You have the 2 200mm fans in the front, the one 120mm fan in the back, everything with perforated sides around the case. This thing is a beast and a monster, my friends. My friends, we have everything together. I've gotten everything put together, and I will tell you, this puppy plays fast and cool. My goodness. You have the PCI Express 4.0 everything. You got the SSD in there. You got the X570 motherboard with PCI Express 4.0 support. You got the Navi card, the RX 5700 XT, which supports PCI Express 4.0. Everything is on the latest gen setup with the Ryzen 3800X. 8 cores, 16 threads, which just does fantastically well. We were able to hit 2139 in our Cinebench scores, and with that master liquid cooler in there, we were hitting 80 degrees Celsius at most during like full out Cinebench stress test, and then during gaming it was way less than that, with the 240 actually being able to make sure that the 3800X stayed cool the entire time. We were able to hit boost clocks of 4.3 gigahertz in gaming. And then we also have Wi-Fi 6 to make sure that all of the games that we wanted to play, one, were at the lowest latency possible, making sure that my PUBG gameplay only depended on me sucking and not necessarily the latency of the internet, but then also downloading the games to make sure that they're up to date and installed. You're not going to experience any latency there. It's fantastic. But also, my friends, we were able to play cool with the liquid cooling, as I mentioned, but also that VRM heat pipe that goes straight down to the chipset and then has the Frozer heatsink fan right there, keeping it cool, only available on MSI X570 motherboards. It makes sure that all of the heat that you need to dissipate, even if you upgraded to, let's say, a 3900X, that heat pipe right there is gonna make sure that everything stays cool as much as you need it to during gameplay. And then let's go ahead and talk about benchmarks quickly. I already mentioned Cinebench. Our scores were fantastic there. Cooling, not a problem whatsoever. Then for gaming, Assassin's Creed Odyssey hitting over 90 FPS was not a problem with the 5700 XT at the highest settings. This thing, the mech card, did fantastic there. Then Crystal Dismark for that PCI Express 4.0 SSD. We actually got higher than the advertised speeds, coming in at over 5,000 megabytes per second on the read, and then also over 4250 on the write, which is what Corsair claims is going to be the speeds. We got slightly better than that. And that's it. This thing is a beast of a system. This Secura 500G is a massive case. As you can see, it has all of the slots that you're going to need for any hard drives that you might want to put in here. You could run an actual gaming system, as well as have NAS type level storage in here to make sure that you can back up all your files or store all your freaking games that you could possibly want. This thing is great. And we just want to say thanks again to MSI for including us in their Play Fast, Play Cool campaign. They sponsored this video, they sponsored the parts. Let us know what you think of this MSI PC, playing fast, playing cool. Let us know down below in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button, get subscribed to stay up to date on all of our tech related content. I'm Brett with the UFD Tech Channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go enjoy this. She's mine now.